get into a makeup tutorial. Very exciting. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna show you guys what I have, what I'm gonna use, blah, blah, blah. So here we go. All right, you guys, so probably take those off. I'm gonna start with a damp beauty sponge. I use the one from Elf. I also use the one from Real Techniques. I like that big one. I'm going right in with foundation because my skin is already prepped. I'm not gonna tell you right now what I use for my skin because I think it warrants its own video, but I'm just using the Fit Me foundation. This is just the matte and poreless one. For normal to oily skin, this is like a staple in everybody's drugstore collection. Though I must say we need to talk about these freaking drugstore prices. Like I knew high-end was expensive, but I did not know that drugstore was getting absolutely outrageous. Like I really didn't know that, because when I bought that like maybe a month ago. I paid $10 for that freaking thing, and when it first came out, I remember when it first came out, that thing was $6.99 or $7.99, one of them. But dang, this inflation is seriously crazy. It's even driving up the prices of makeup. That's where I draw the line. Can't freaking do this. Not for everything. But yeah, so I'm just dabbing this all over my face, and you're just gonna see me pushing it into the skin. Never dragging, always pushing. This is such a good foundation for if you want medium coverage, or if you want full coverage, you can still build it up. It's very buildable, works really well. I'm like really proud of myself recently. I have been doing my makeup. Always get an itch on your nose when you're doing your stupid makeup, right? Always, every time, never fails. But as I was saying, I'm like super proud of myself. I've been doing my makeup like every single day. So when Gonzalo comes home, he doesn't have to see a freaking ogre on the couch. So that's very nice. Next I'm going in with concealer. This is the Elf Hydrating Camo Concealer. This has a very satin finish. This stuff is really good. I would say that this is kind of a dupe for the Tarte concealer. If I could think of the name, that'd be great. I used to use it all the time, and since I ran out and everything, I just went to the drugstore and grabbed this one. But yeah, this is definitely a dupe for that. The name will pop up here of what that is. But yeah, this is really good. It's full coverage, hydrating, doesn't dry out my under eyes, and I have very dark under eyes. Why, I don't know. I've heard that sometimes the way you carry the fat in your face depends on how your skin tone will show. Because I don't really have, I have like chubby cheeks and like a little double chin action going here. So that's where like the fat in my face kind of carries. And it's not really like in my eyelids. My eyes are never puffy, anything like that. But that gives me my dark, veiny, nasty ass circles around my eyes. But if you're looking for a good concealer from the drugstore and you don't want to spend a shit ton of money, that is a very good option. We do want to hit the neck area to blend it down. Nothing like those days in high school in like 2009 when you'd walk down the hallway and you'd see every single girl, myself included, I'm not shaming, myself included, would wear like this is a pretty decent match for me right now, right? Like I'm not tan at all. I don't have very much yellow undertone, and I'm not really that pinky toned either, kind of neutral. But I am pretty much matched. It might be a little too pale for me, but that's okay. We're gonna brighten it with bronzer. But anyway, back to the point. There was nothing like in the 2000s when us girls used to wear our foundation and we couldn't match our fucking selves for the life of us. And we would walk around with that line of foundation because nobody blended it to the ear, nobody blended it down the neck. Ugh, we were a sight for sore eyes. Now I'm gonna use the Fit Me. This is just the loose finishing powder. I'm gonna go into the powder with the sponge. That is an old trick now. The first time I did it, I was like terrified because I was like, why the fuck am I putting a wet sponge into powder? And how the hell is it gonna stay on my face? But it's magic, and it does. And it actually makes it stay longer and more even, which is weird. My God, now that I'm thinking about the early 2000s, I feel like I should do a video on that type of makeup. That would be great. I remember walking out of my house and I feel like my mom was just like staring at me like, kid, what the frick are you doing? Like, are you stupid? That's how I felt. But, well, that's how I feel now because I know better. But then that was like all the rage, was every girl had foundation on, and it was like just foundation too. Like, we didn't wear bronzer, highlighter, blush, nothing. For some weird reason, I feel like in the 2010 era, like 09, 2010 to 2012, it was like you didn't do that. You just put foundation on, put your powder, and you called it a day. Have to get it off my lips because that is a huge pet peeve of mine. It's so disgusting. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the eyes. I'm just gonna use one of my favorite palettes. This is my favorite palette to use for every day. This is the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. This is the original one. This is not the second one. The second one is pretty, but I did not purchase that one because it kind of looks exactly the same. But look at these colors. It's just freaking beautiful. Like, I can't eat it. So I'm just gonna go in with the shade down here called A La Mode, and right next to it is a shimmery shade. I'm just gonna go in with that on top of the lid. We're not doing anything crazy today since we're at home. But I don't want to look like a complete schlub today. So we're doing our makeup. But yeah, I feel like I should do a video about the 2000s and everything like that because I think that would be so cool. To just recreate the type of crappy makeup we used to use. I should actually try to find some makeup from then. I mean, I kind of do still have some makeup from then. I'll show you right now. I'm just dragging it underneath the eyelid here. That way it's not so harsh. Let's see if I have it in my bag. I do have it. This is like the oldie Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. Blackest Black Mascara. Oh my God, this is from like so long ago, but they still sell it because it's still good. And I'm just gonna go in on the lid. I'm gonna put it on my fingertips and we just go straight on top. I try not to blend this because it's actually not, it's not like a glitter, it's a shimmer. And I want it to be as bright as it can be. So I try to just leave it. If I have to blend it because it looks too harsh, I'll do it, but this really is not that bad. That kind of looks really good actually. Okay, so that is that. Now we're gonna go in with mascara. I do use Maybelline's Pumped Up Colossal mascara. It's in the pink tube here. This is one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. And I have to say that I do like the waterproof mascara, but I just find that I don't need that glue. Let me rephrase that. I feel like I don't need mascara glued onto my face 24/7. Like, I just don't. And taking it off is a bitch. I cannot stand taking off waterproof mascara. It just sucks. I feel like I'm scraping my eyelashes, damaging them, pulling them out, everything. So I try not to buy that. This stuff is good because it just comes right off. Literally, it just comes right off in the shower. If I just, you know, rub my fingers between my eyelashes, it comes right off. Perfect. Anybody else feel like they can't talk while doing mascara? Who invented the let's hang our mouths open while we do our mascara? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Next, we're gonna do eyebrows. I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade number 4. I have to admit, I am horrible to my eyebrows. Horrid. I'm absolutely horrid to them. I show no love to my eyebrows whatsoever. I have no problem with the actual shape of my eyebrows. The problem with my eyebrows is actually the length. For whatever reason, they grow, not thickly, but they grow down to about here, about the corner of my eye. And I'm just not for that type of style because it is thin. It's not even thick to a point where it looks like I could, you know, just shape it and it would look fine. No, it is these thin hairs, and I have very dark hair, so I can't just, you know, leave it there. So I, again, am horrible to my eyebrows. I shave it off because, I don't know, what do I think? I'm a dude and I can just shave my fucking face. But that's what I do, and it works well because it gets it off, it doesn't grow back fast. And then look, I just fill it in slightly. I do a few strokes, light strokes, nothing crazy. But yeah, I just fill that in. I don't do anything actually to the inner part of the eyebrows because I do like that to look pretty natural. I like that to look like actual hair. So I will brush that up and then just leave the ends the way they are. And there we go, we have a normal-ish looking brow. Okay, now onto the face. I don't contour that much. I mainly just bronze because I don't feel the need to contour that much. If you don't know the difference between contouring and bronzing, bronzing is literally what it sounds like. You're adding a, I don't want to say glow, but you're just adding a little bit of depth to the face. Contouring, you're literally taking a grayish brown color and drawing a line inside your cheekbone to look more defined. Bronzing is just gonna go on like you would do your blush. And it's usually more of a orangey tone than a grayer tone, because with the grayer tone, you're gonna get that deeper cut. You're gonna look like more naturally defined in your cheekbones, versus bronzing, you're just adding more color to your face. I'm using Hoola's Benefit Bronzer in the jumbo size. And I'm just gonna put this, I do this very loosely. I try not to drag it down your face, obviously. You wanna keep it in this area, but we're just gonna slowly flutter it upward. You never wanna go downward, because then you're gonna look like somebody dragged you through the mud with a four-wheeler, and you don't want that. So that's what we're gonna do. We're also gonna bring it up on the sides, up into the hairline, because we wanna look blended, people. You wanna be blended. Don't wanna look like an idiot. So keep it blended. And there you have it. It's just like a lighter, make you look a little bit flushed, you know? Like, bleh. This is just like nothing. We have like a blank canvas going on here. And then here we got some color. We got a little bit of definition. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Again, we're fluttering upward, never down, always up. Same thing on the forehead. You never wanna flutter down. You don't wanna bring it too far down. And then if you wanna get rid of your double chin, like me, you gotta bring it down the neck a little bit. Give yourself some color, because you know I stay looking like Wednesday Addams sometimes, but that's okay. All right, next is gonna be blush, and this is the funniest part about my blush routine. I don't use a blush. I'm going to be using that same shade that's actually on my eyelid. It's called A La Mode. I just love this pink shade. It's like a rosy pink. And I'm just gonna put that on like the apples of my cheekbones, just like that. It's just like a subtle pink shade. And I just really like it, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm actually kind of into putting that. It's like a new trend, putting the blush and bronzer on your nose. I think that kind of makes sense, because if this is technically what we're doing is recreating where the sun hits on your face, right? So why were we never doing that before? I don't understand, because if the sun hit here and here, why wouldn't it hit here or here or here? So that's what we're doing, because I kind of looked at it after I did it and I was like, I look like an idiot without doing it. So it's not for everybody. Not a lot of people like it, but for me, I felt like I looked like an idiot without it. So next we're going in with highlighter. This is the Wet n Wild Daybreak Glimmer. I just broke the fucking top off. Yeah, I'm just using a Sigma fluffy brush for this. I'm gonna put this right here. Look at how nice this is. This is one of my favorites. I mean, one of my favorites was, look at how nice that is. It was, who remembers Champagne Pop that Jaclyn Hill did with Becca Cosmetics back in the day? That shit was freaking legit. Loved that stuff. That was one of my favorite highlighters, like high-end highlighters. But this is really good. Oh, look at, okay. I think we have enough on for working from home. So this is the final look. We're just gonna blend this out a little bit. This is just with a Morphe M439 brush. It's basically supposed to be used for foundation because it's one of these brushes, but I think it's a better blending brush than anything. And I'm actually not into doing my foundation with a brush. Like, I really just don't like it. I don't like the way it comes out. For some reason, I have like a streaky ass face when I do it. So, whatever. We're just not gonna do it. And that will be that, folks. This is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna link everything that I used down below in the description box. And yeah, it was so much fun coming on here and finally doing a YouTube video. Well, not YouTube video because I just posted a few. I mean, makeup tutorial. I haven't done a makeup tutorial in a while. It wasn't even really a tutorial. It was just kind of get ready with me. It'd be nice to see you. There we go. And now I can see. But yeah, I loved doing this. This was so much fun. I think next time I'll try to do like a darker smoky eye type of look, maybe. And then I'm gonna start thinking of ideas to do for the next coffee and tea video, because I think those are gonna be really fun if we start talking about some juicy topics. Well, as juicy as we can get on YouTube. But yeah, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Peace.